What was that again?
Was I about to talk about that?
Yeah, you were.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I gotta get my lips ready because we can't chat. Right. I guess here we go. Drinking of the elixir of the gods. Mario Brothers theme. Alright, here we go. I apologize, there's a lot more. Let me get another try.
Alright,
That's what it sounds like when he grows up, right? He eats a mushroom, which is really odd, right? That just references the druggies, right? Because when you eat mushrooms, you're like, right? Just like he does in Mario Brothers. He's like, and that's the sound. It's like,
calm down the voice, Will.
that's why he's like in Mario Brothers. He's like, he grabs the mushrooms, and he's like, he either grows like, or he like gets some power, like, he throws firebars like, and they bounce, which is really odd because fire shouldn't bounce. But it doesn't really matter because you're tripping off on shrooms anyway, because you just grew up because of the shroom. And, the green shroom gives you life. How? I no longer have depth perception. That is awesome. But anyway.
Is that a sign of alcohol poisoning?
No. That's just a sign of me being really, really drunk. When I start throwing up, it's the sign of alcohol poisoning. But anyway. He eats the red polka dotty mushroom and he goes and he gets all big, right? And he eats the green mushroom and he gets an extra life, right? Where does the flower come into effect? Is the flower like a peyote or like a opium type of flower, like with poppy seeds, like it's a poppy flower makes you hallucinate, like like opium does, or makes you hallucinate like peyote does? What type of flower is it? Because you can look at Mario Brothers. You can look at Mario Brothers and see all the drug references, right? Because he starts off small. He breaks some bricks with his head, or his fist, however you really want to look at it. Blocks, question marks. And most of the time on the question marks, either a coin, a mushroom, or a flower, or in Mario Brothers 3, a feather appears, which I never really understood the flower feather in the aspect of the feather makes him fly, other than the fact that, you put enough feathers together, you make a set of wings or something, and fly like, Icarus did, until he flew too close to the sun, the wax melted, and he fell to his death in the River Thames and all that stuff. But you have to really understand Greek mythology for that, but, other than that, stuff. But where did the feather come into Mario Brothers? Because before that, it was all really kind of drug references with with the mushroom, making you grow big. Because, you know, that's kind of something you get with the shrooms, you know. With the 8 shroomies, you feel like you're bigger than everything else, and everything's kind of breathing and kind of crazy. But that's another story. But also, you got the flower. Where's the flower take effect? Other than, like, you know, you got a nice bud when you smoke weed, or you got a nice bud when you do opium, or you know, you got a nice bud when you put together peyote, or you got a nice bud, or you got a nice mushroom when you do a shroomy shrooms, or like, oh, but where's the drug reference with the fucking feather? I never really understood that. You know, maybe they were trying to get away from the drug references because they knew a bunch of drug users were fucking games. So they were selling them too. So to get away from it so they could sell it to a broader audience. I don't know, because I knew, man, I played Zelda when I was like a younger child, when I wasn't doing kind of crazy drugs, right? And then I played Zelda on like the Super Nintendo, like the Nintendo Zelda, right? Like the Legends of Link, you know what I'm saying? Where it had like the lightning bow and the fire bow and arrow and the plant bow and arrow. The plant bow and arrow was fucking retarded, but I don't know why they fucking came up with that other than you could beat a couple of bosses with it, and that's about the only way you could beat the bosses was with the plant bow and arrow. But don't fuck that conversation, it's not even interesting. But anyway, why? Oh, did you guys ever play Top Gear 3000? Top Gear 3000, right, was designed for potheads. And I'll tell you why, right? You had about 90,000 different universes, right? So you could never get bored, right? You had like 12 different upgrades you could do for each part of the car. You had 12 different upgrades you could do for the body of the car, and of the windows of the car, and the engine of the car, the transmission of the car, and the engine of the car, and so on and so forth, right? So you would never get bored. You just play and play and play and play and play. It was like a perfect jerky game. But I don't know if they realized that when they invented it. Maybe they did, because maybe the inventors were fucking hopped up on some of the, probably the best drug you could have thought. I know if I was a fucking Nintendo inventor, that's what I would request. Be like, hey guys, you know, you're hiring me to do the software of this game and all, you know what I'm saying? But I've got to get into the brains, into the cerebral cortex. And for those who don't know, it's the main bottom part of the brain that attaches the hypothalamus and the medulla oblongata, which controls the emotions and the anger, passion and love, and so on and so forth. But then that goes down to your brainstem and controls everything else. But that's just a basic science reference to the retards that might be watching this.